Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Inspired Moment with Jumoke. My name is Jumoke and this program is powered by the Inspired Design School of Fashion. In today's class, we'll be learning how to make a simple dress with cowl. How do I put it? A cowl dress. Okay, it has a fold at the side. Okay, we'll be needing our fabric and the measurements you require. You need the hip measurement and maybe the length. You're going to take the measurement from the center front to up to the length you want the dress to stop. Okay, now for my fabric here, this is the fabric I have. I'm using 2 yards of fabric, and although I cut out the excess from this side to join to the hem for it to be long enough for my dress. And this dress, the length will be like around the elbow joint. Okay, so like I said, you're going to need the measurement from the center front to where you want the sleeve of the dress to stop. When cutting it together is one piece, it's a caftan. Okay, so now here I have like 22 inches, and for my measurement it's going to stop around the elbow area, and I folded my fabric into 4. First of all, I folded it into 2 so that this side on top is on fold and this part is also on fold. So we only have this side that is not folded. You have to fold your fabric rightly, because there won't be any joining at the shoulder seam. So now let's begin. So on this side here, I'm going to measure my hip length, as in from shoulder to your hip length. So it's around 24 inches. So I'm going to mark that point. This is 24 inches. I may decide to come a little bit down, but or up, depending on where you want the fitted part of the dress to be, because this is going to be fitted at the hip line. So like I said, you can do it anyhow you want. So on this hip line now, I'm going to insert the hip measurement, and the hip measurement is 46 inches divided by 4. So that is like 11 and a half, I believe. And then I'm going to add ½ inch for seam. So 12 inches is around here at the hip line area. So from the tip of the arm, the shoulder tip or whatever here, the hand here, I'm just going to draw like a circle up to that point. I hope you can see my check. Basically, I'm just cutting a rounded shape, and then you measure the length of your dress. So this dress is going to be like 39 inches. So I'm going to take from the hip line here, that hip measurement, that I'm going to take it all the way down. So I'm just going to trim off the excess here, which is very little. Then I'm going to cut out my markings. Remember, I've already added my seam allowance. So this is what you're going to have. Now at this point here, I'm going to mark the sleeve opening. So wherever the sleeve is going to hang, if it's at the wrist, if it's at the elbow, you're going to measure around that part and divide it into 2. So for this dress, it's going to be like 12 inches. So I'm just going to measure 6 inches. Then I'm going to mark it. I'll notch it with my scissors so that I know where I'll start stitching from, so that when I want to stitch, I'm going to start from here all the way down, and the sleeve is going to be here. Then we're going to turn this in with our bias. Okay, but before we go, let's do the neckline. Now you can decide to use any kind of neckline. You can use a V shape, and you can use a circle or both like a neckline. You can use off shoulder. So if I want to use off shoulder, that means I'll cut this out to the length I want it to be. Or how do I put it? Just make sure that is when you measure around the shoulder line, you divide it by 2 and take the measurement. But let's not do that. I just want a small neckline. If you're using off shoulder, that means you have to use a band, and I don't think I have enough fabric left to add a band to this part. So I'm just going to do my regular maybe 4 by 4. If you cut it and you want it bigger, you can always cut it more. And the back and the front is the same thing. I'm just doing 4 by 4. This is the kind of simple dress that you can quickly make, and it doesn't really take time. So when you open it up, this is what it's going to look like. We're going to use bias tape around this part. Then we'll go to the sewing machine, and from our notch here, stitch, following a 1/2 inch seam all the way down, turn in our hem, then use bias tape to turn the armhole area, and that is it. As simple as that, our dress is ready. So let's finish all that, and then I'll show you what it looks like on Miss Inspired. Okay, so this is what the finished look, what it looks like. And actually this is a much bigger size than Miss Inspired. The hip area is much more bigger, so I had to hold it with pin at the back. But basically this is what it's going to look like. It's going to be free and form folds until the hip line, and then from the hip line downwards it's going to be fitted. But if you want yours if you want the fitting to start maybe slightly above the knee, or even on the knee length or above the hip, wherever, you just that's where you shape it to. I hope I'm making sense. So basically that's it. Well, thank you for joining this week's episode of Inspired Moment with Jumoke. Hope to see you next week. Keep practicing and keep sharing with us on our Facebook group, the Inspired Design School of Fashion. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any of my upload every week. Bye.